Hello. Thank you for joining us. We're laughing because we were just trying to figure out how to intro this show. And it's going to start with laughing from us. That's how we're going to intro. Uh, thank you for joining us this Friday. We're really excited because we had some people fill out the job form that we've been posting in the description underneath each live show on YouTube. I'm going to learn how to say these things technically someday. For now, I'm just going to try to do my best and you're going to have to interpret it. We had a couple of people submit some questions, and so we want to read through these questions and hear what Katie has to say live. And maybe me too. I don't know. I might have some feedback, but
You
she's
might
our
have
main
some things
gal.
to say. She's got some things to
Maybe
say.
once in a while. Okay. So our first question is, first of all, the prompt in this job form. I want you to know about this because I want you to fill out the form if you have a question. So here's what you're going to get. It's going to ask you to ask us anything on boundaries, parenting, communication, marriage, or mental health. And here was our first response. This question says, how do you overcome the fear of rejection? Overcoming lies feels more tangible to me, but I feel like the fear of rejection keeps coming up, and I'm not sure where all it comes from or how to overcome it entirely.
Oh my gosh, it's so good. It's meaty. It's juicy. So here's the thing. It sounds to me, and so my listener who wrote this question, we're gonna attack this from a couple different angles. It sounds like such a thing that so many of us deal with. So thank you so much for your question, first of all. Here's what I know. I'm formulating thoughts, so I'm hesitating because I have a big answer in my heart from the Lord, and I want to say it well because he knows what he's talking about. So I'm hearing two layers, and I want to address both. One is I'm walking into a situation and I feel anxiety because I'm trying to rearrange myself and I want to just be myself, whether I'm rejected or not. So there's that. That is like the practical, like how to deal with this in the moment, right? And then there's the bigger topic, which I think the question is, is it possible to even be rejected? That's where my brain goes, is like, oh no, it's not possible for me to be rejected because I was already accepted into the Godhead by Jesus. So God has already adopted me. I'm completely washed and made acceptable to him, and I'm treasured by him, which means nobody can reject me. Does this make sense? They can not hang out with me. They can not like me. They can have a distaste for me. Some of you who are listening right now might not like me. I don't care because the one creator of the entire universe delights in me. So that has ramifications in our relationships. And I think that's what you're asking about. I wish she was here right now because I would just ask her. I am y'all, those of you who are listening, I love to teach and train, but the animal that God made me, like if someone was an elephant and someone was a cat, I am a coach. That's the animal that I am. I have a hat on in my brain and I'm like on the sidelines, like in the game with people. That's how I view myself. It's what I live and breathe and think is coach. So I'm like, I want to ask her, is that what we're talking about? Is it, I know I've been accepted by God. So it shouldn't bother me that other people don't like me or that someone might criticize me or have a negative thought about me that they don't share. How scary. I think that's the worst one for me before I was really free in this. So here's what I would do. If I was in the place where I knew that God already accepted me, but now I'm struggling with how that feels around people, I would be constantly sorting in my mind between two things. This relationship and what we do together is just what we do together. All relationships, the most intimate ones and the most the most shallow ones, from acquaintances to married partners. The question on the line is not, do you receive me? Do you want me? Do you treasure me? That's not the question. The question is, how closely do we get to walk together? What do we get to engage in together? And the level of intimacy actually comes from, how do I contribute responsibly to you? How do I contribute responsibly to what's going on between us? It's just data. I don't consider myself either receivable or not receivable by somebody, either rejected or accepted. Is this making sense, Alyssa? I feel like I'm speaking in like Oracle on a Hill language. So maybe you can help us make this more practical. But
I think that it makes sense, but also I know your oracles, so that might not be helpful.
okay, so can you be thinking of like practical examples, and then I'm going to finish this thought and then maybe we can break it down more practically. I do not consider myself either acceptable or rejectable to anyone. I consider myself and my priorities, and my question is, do I have something to contribute here? That makes sense. My question in any relationship is, what do I have to contribute to this conversation? What do I have to contribute to this task we're doing? What do I have to contribute to this relating that we're doing? I either have something for it or I don't. And what I have stays the same no matter who I'm with, because not the level of what I have. Obviously, I might have sexual intimacy for my husband and I have a good questions for a friend, but it's a contribution. It's not about me being received or not received. It is about, what do I have to contribute and what do I want to contribute only. So when you think about it in that way, what happens is there's relationships where I pour in really valuable stuff and it's not treasured, it's not handled responsibly, it's not responded to well, so I don't pour in that stuff, or I pour less of it in. And then there's relationships where when I pour in really good stuff, like I'm vulnerable and I say, hey, one time I told somebody recently, I said, I was actually a nervous wreck thinking about telling this to you all week long. And they were like, really? Wow. Oh no, tell me. That was them being so responsible with something vulnerable that I shared. So now what I want to do is contribute more vulnerable sharing to that relationship. I hope I think now it's getting more clear. When I say, hey, when we hang out together and I don't get a hug when you walk away, I wonder where we're at. And they respond with, oh, I did not know that's what that meant to you. Do you want a hug? See how responsible they were with what I shared. Now I want to do more of that sharing, right? If you're in a dating relationship and you hold hands with somebody and they clam up and panic, I might not be holding hands right away next before I get some more information. So my question is not, did they reject me? My question is, what is happening when I contribute this? And do I want to contribute it again? That is all. The acceptable or rejectable is made completely off the table by Christ. And that's actually the cornerstone of every great relationship and family, is that no one is doing anything to be accepted or not. Does that make sense? Okay, Alyssa, now talk to me. What are you hearing?
A lot of scriptures are coming to mind, but I'm not always great with the references. But like the first thing that came to mind when you were talking was, whatever you do, work at it with all your heart as working for the Lord, not for man. It just, to me, all of this is coming back to our relationship with the Lord, being in step with Holy Spirit. Like we answer to him. We are identified by who we are in him, not by what anyone else thinks or what anyone else says. So that's why it's so difficult to be confident in relationship with someone else when you don't have the confidence in your relationship with the Lord, because that's where your confidence comes from, is that relationship with him. So I just hear you pointing back to, when I hear you say, like, it's about what I'm able to contribute. It's not about that other person rejecting or accepting it. It's It's about what, I don't know. I don't have good words right now. I'm a processor. We were just talking about this morning. I need
It's so
time to
good.
stew.
No, what I think what you're saying, I think what you're saying is helpful. I had a thought while you were talking. I think
Mhm.
what the feeling of rejection or the fear of rejection is actually about is what's wrong with me. And
Mhm.
so this comes back to if I contribute hand holding, it doesn't go well. I could go ask, hey, what happened when I reached out and held your hand? Because I'm looking for what can I contribute? I'm not looking for am I acceptable? I'm looking
Mhm.
for how are you feeling and how can I help? I'm not looking for am I okay? So as soon as my brain, if I hold hands and someone pulls back or they clam up or they get awkward, since I know how accepted I am, if I have a
Yeah.
thought that is like, am I too much? I go take that
Mhm.
to Jesus and say, hey, Lord, I held this guy's hand and now I suddenly feel like I'm too much. Can you tell me about me? And you go figure out about you. Because that affection that you want to bring to a relationship is part of who you are and it's precious. So instead of doubting me, that's like asking them what that really is to operate with people in a way that you're not going to be rejected is to ask them to meet a baseline need between you and you and the Lord. It puts a ton of pressure on people. So um where I would go if I was learning this is, ooh, I had that icky feeling, that fear of rejection. Why? Oh, I thought maybe I'm too much. Oh, I thought I might have overshared. So if I shared with someone, hey, I was actually a nervous wreck knowing I needed to have this conversation with you all week. And they're like, geez, what do you think about, what did you think I was going to do? Like, what did you think I was going to be mad at you? Whoa. Now I'm going to be like, oh, I shouldn't have told them that. And now I'm going to go check into with Jesus what happened there. Like, what am I worried this means about me? I'm worried it means I'm too much, or I'm worried it means I'm fear driven, or I'm worried it means something. You got to go get clear on what it means about you because knowing who I am is what allows me to know what I want to contribute. And then it's just a question of where do I want to contribute that? I'm an affectionate person. In my relationships, I'm going to contribute affection. Somewhere that doesn't land is not a relationship that's going to go very far for me. The question is, I know who I am. What do I want to give? Yeah. Is that more helpful? Alyssa, does that help?
Yeah, I was just reading her question again. Um, and when she expanded on it, it says overcoming lies feels more tangible to her. But I feel like the fear of rejection keeps coming up. And for me, I think, oh, that's all the same thing. Like fear of rejection comes from believing a lie. Okay. So it's like you're saying, you're taking that to the Lord and you're talking with him about how do we uncover the lie that lives under there? Because that's what's fueling the fear is the lie you're believing. So
Yes.
it's really all on the same path. It's just different parts of the path, I think.
Yes. Yeah. So
Yeah.
when the feeling or the fear of rejection comes, we go, well, what would I believing? What would I be believing if that was true?
Mm-hmm.
And I think the core of the fear of rejection is there is something wrong with me. That's the lie. And so then what we do as people pleasers is we go try to figure out what's wrong with us and correct it for other people so that we don't have an experience of the loop. There's something wrong with me. But that is actually, again, that's asking someone to do something for us that Christ has already done. And no human can hold up under it. So even in the most intimate relationships, I'm not rejected. Whether someone responds to me with excitement and receiving, or whether they respond to me with discomfort or fear, all that was, if it was something negative, it's a reflection of what they are thinking and where they are at. And it probably has more to do with what they think about them than what they think about me. And so the path is uncovering my thoughts about me and lining them up with what Christ says. Still, same path. Yeah.
And I think I'm finding this out as I do this work, um, as I practice this, because I am a recovering people pleaser. That's why I'm on the show today and every
Woohoo!
day. um, I find that along with what you're saying, where I've gone wrong in the past is that I haven't been willing to be honest about what's going on in my head with the people around me. I do need to go to the Lord, and I do need to figure out what's the lie I'm believing and what does the Lord say about that? What's actually true? I do need to figure that out. And also, I need to be able to be honest with the person that maybe I'm fearing the rejection from. Like, hey, Katie coached us to say this. Hey, I'm telling myself this story in my head. Like, this is what's going on in my head when this happens or when I'm about to say this. Can you tell me like your experience with that? Or could you tell me what you're actually thinking?
Yes.
That has helped so much.
Yes. Which is contributing transparency. It's contributing an invitation to connection, an invitation to honesty. Yes, 100%. And we're like unleashed to become contributors when we are secure in who we are and secure in Christ. And then, man, what a gift for the other person to not be wondering like, oh, where'd she go? Or what happened? Or why'd she disappear? Or why'd she go quiet on this? Or why don't we talk anymore? What a gift for them to know what's in your head and for them to get to tell you the truth about what's going on with them. Oh, such a gift. So you just brought this gift to the relationship when you handle it that way, instead of, I was just worried about being received or not. And I feel like always afraid of being rejected around this person. So we just like don't have much connection. You're bringing them the gift of truth. That's so cool. Yes, the best. That was a great question. Okay, we had another question, but I think we're going to do it on Tuesday. Topic Tuesday, Q&A Tuesday. Yeah. Oh, it's going to be so good. So can you preview them, the bullet points of the question? So if anyone wants to tune in Tuesday, they know they're going to get some answers about this.
Oh, I am going to do a cliffhanger because I want you all here on Tuesday.
Yes.
Okay.
Curiosity hook. Let's do it.
All right. Our next question that we'll be answering on Tuesday at 11 a.m. Central Time, 9 a.m. Pacific. I probably didn't say that in the right order, but
it's great.
Is how to handle a toddler that always says no, or I don't want to do that, or don't say that to me. All right, she's very independent and she has hit the age 3 independence stage. She doesn't think she needs to listen. And anything I have to say or tell her to do, she's quick to answer with a no. That's a good one. That is real.
So good. So good. Okay. What if, Alyssa, I'm going to ask you this on the spot. So what if next week was like parenting week? 5 days.
Yeah.
It might even turn into 10 days, maybe Monday to Friday for 2 weeks in a row. We're going to do a parenting sprint and kind of overview the principles of parenting displayed in scripture, like the way God parents us. And let's just really equip some moms and dads in here for a couple weeks. 1 week. We'll tell you how long it's going to be, but so Monday, then don't miss it. We're going to go over like some discipline and what the heck to say to your kids if they're disrespectful or not responsible, or you feel distanced in your relationship, or it's just chaos. If it's just all out chaos at your house and you don't have authority with your kids, we're going to do all the bullet points on Monday, and then we'll break it down over the week. So don't miss that. That sounds good.
That sounds great.
Parenting week. Oh, it's so fun. I'm already excited about it. So that's a good sign. Okay. Our dear listeners, please fill out the Jot form if you have a question for us, especially knowing that it's parenting week, but ask anything. Okay. And the form will guide you. Just so you know, you'll open the form. It makes it really easy. It has like multiple choice questions. Okay. And then, send this to a friend who needs it. Anyone you know who's struggling with insecurity or the fear of rejection, this would be a great one to send them. And anything else, Alyssa, we would like them to do? Subscribe to the channel. Join the membership if you need the skills, man. If you need to walk into any situation at any time, knowing exactly who you are and what you came here to do, and you want to call other people to responsibility and to contribute positively, that could be your kids, your spouse, your coworker, your boss, or anybody. The Confident Mom Code is the curriculum inside there. So especially if you're struggling with your kids, get the membership. We meet together once a week for an hour and we do all the question and answers and all the testimonies, because when you talk God's way, God starts to move and you will discover who you are. So meet us inside there. The link is below. There are 15 spots left in May. Okay. I think we did it.
Goodbye.